Hold up. How the hell Rihanna losing millions while Jay-Z keeps popping up behind every deal?
How? Hold on, bro.
Fenty was supposed to be unstoppable, remember? Makeup, lingerie, billionaire headlines. Now the same luxury giant that helped her build it, LVMH, want to dump their stake? Something don't smell right. Every time money gets funny, Jay-Z's name right there in the fine print.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
So yeah, Rihanna's Fenty numbers don't add up, and we're about to see why his name popped up again. Alright, before we even get into this mess, quick reminder, we talked about how Rihanna lost 36 million, how LVMH wanted out, and how Jay-Z's name somehow kept floating in every direction. Since then, the headlines got louder, the numbers got messier, and the PR machine kicked in fast. Bruh, they really think folks got in a week, but I've been watching, and what I'm seeing don't look like a comeback. It looked like cover-up math, because if the numbers don't add up and the same billionaire friends start bouncing from the table, that's not just business, that's panic dressed up in perfume. Let's run it back from the top. One thing about these billion-dollar brands, they know how to spin a crisis. You ever notice how when the money starts looking funny, the headlines suddenly get real positive? That's what's going on right now. One side yelling record-breaking sales, a gloss sold every 3 seconds, Fenty's untouchable. Then on the same damn day, insiders whispering, yo, revenue's down double digits.
How, Sway?
Come on, bruh, which one is it? You can't be crashing and booming at the same time. That's not business. That's propaganda with lipstick on it. And you can always tell when they scared, because suddenly every blog start dropping those copy-paste Fenty still strong stories like clockwork. Same quotes, same numbers, same wording.
I mean, it's all right. Like, overrated as in my opinion. I mean, and you know what though? That's typically how the bullshit goes. You feel me?
It's like they all got the same group chat, but when you peel it back, you see the panic. Sephora insiders saying Fenty lost prime shelf space, traffic down, new product hype ain't hitting like before. That ain't coincidence. That's retail reality. Then you got the other side. LVMH, the luxury gods out here exploring options, trying to sell their 50% stake. Bro, billionaires don't explore nothing. They exit when the math stops mathing. And the crazy part, same week them reports dropped, Jay-Z's name started floating again. New filings, new chatter, new connections. Every time the money trembles, his name finds a way back in the smoke.
Oh, Lord. Again. Again. Nothing new, nothing changed, same old shit.
You can call that coincidence if you want. I call that a pattern. And I ain't done, because the next piece tells you where the cracks are really showing. Let's talk about them Fenty shelves. When a brand's hot, it owns the front row. Right in your face soon as you walk in. But go to Sephora now, Fenty ain't where it used to be. Insiders say the displays got moved back, space cut down, and them testers collecting dust. That's not expansion. That's a quiet demotion. When the hype fades, Sephora don't throw no goodbye party. They just slide your section over and put a new shiny brand in your spot. That's retail revenge right there. And what's wild, LVMH knows this. They got eyes in every store, every region. So if they trying to sell their 50% stake now, that means them reports about record-breaking sales are probably capped. Because billionaires don't move based on rumors.
I've never seen it.
They move on data. And that data is saying the glow-up phase is over. When a company like that, the same people behind Dior, Louis Vuitton, Tiffany, starts exploring the sale, it ain't random. That's a power shift. They trying to cash out before things look ugly on paper. That's what all this is. Strategic distance. And the wild part, they can't even move without Rihanna's blessing. So if they're pushing this story, that means conversations already happening behind the scenes. And who helped broker that Fenty LVMH deal in the first place? Jay-Z. Same connections, same circles, same boardrooms. That's why every time LVMH sneezes, Jay catches a cold. You think it's coincidence his name start trending again soon as Fenty's valuation dips?
Shit, I don't even know. Like, I can't even tell you that. Like,
nah, bro. That's money pressure, not media hype. And remember, LVMH don't like messy headlines. They ain't waiting on no comeback story. They sell, restructure, and move on to the next billion-dollar baby. So if they really ready to walk, that means Fenty ain't their golden child no more. And that's bad news for everybody eating off that table, including Hov. Now let's get real, because Jay-Z don't just pop up in random stories. Every time there's a money shake, his name echoes in the background like an unpaid sample. You remember, he helped structure Rihanna's LVMH deal through Roc Nation connections. Same luxury suits, same bankers, same lawyers. So when insiders start whispering about stake sales, bruh, that ain't just her business. That's his reputation too. See, Jay built his billionaire brand off alliances. LVMH, Armand de Brignac, Rihanna, all that. So if one piece start looking shaky, the whole web feels it. That's why he stay low key right now. You ain't seen him talk, tweet, nothing. Silence is strategy when your name start echoing in courtrooms and finance pages at the same time. And every time things get hot, boom, a random PR distraction. Tina posts about his hairline. Beyonce drops a product. Or a celeb feud suddenly trends. That ain't random timing. That's a playbook. You think Tina just woke up one day like, let me flex Jay's curls real quick? Nah, that was response marketing. Plain and simple. They saw Nikki clowning them, and instead of pressing legal, they used Mom Dukes to clean it up. Vintage Roc Nation move. Misdirection by family optics. But this time, it's feeling desperate. Too many fires at once, and the internet's connecting them faster than they can cover them. And guess who's helping light the next one? Nikki been wilding online lately. Yeah, but let's keep it a buck. Every time she mentioned Jay or Roc Nation, watch how quick the media flips it into Nikki's unstable. Nikki's having a breakdown. Nikki needs help. That's how they play defense. Make the loud one look crazy so the quiet one stay clean. We've seen this movie before. Kanye, Britney, even Cat Williams. She talking about Desiree Perez, court files, sealed names, and suddenly the conversation becomes about her.
Stop it. Get some help.
Classic smear strategy. And it's wild, because DJ Academics even said during his deposition they kept asking him about Drake and Nicki, not even about the main case. Like, why you digging into people who ain't even on trial? What are y'all really fishing for? Feels like a control play, the kind Roc Nation perfected. They help your enemies, fund your distractions, and then sit back acting innocent while everybody else looks crazy. And I'm not saying Nikki's some saint. She definitely got her moments. But I am saying, when a woman speaks on the machine, they always call her emotional instead of investigative. And that's why this new narrative, Jay in the shadows, Fenty number slipping, Roc Nation popping up everywhere, it's all part of the same play. Too many coincidences, too much silence, too much PR timing. They want you watching hair tutorials while the billionaires rearrange the money. But we ain't falling for that. We see the smoke. See, this ain't just a Rihanna thing. You start following the trail, and all them lines lead back to the same room. The Roc Nation room. The industry elites. The same lawyers, same PR firms, same names on every damn deal. Diddy get locked, and suddenly everybody start playing musical chairs. You notice that? Roc Nation quietly distanced themselves. Certain media outlets start pushing new faces for leadership. LVMH reevaluating partnerships. All that's just code for we cleaning house before the smoke hits us. It's wild how the same week them insider reports drop on Fenty, Diddy's lawyer Mark Garagos talking about a comeback. A comeback?
Lucy, stop it! Denial is a river in Egypt!
Bro, what comeback? You facing federal time and your lawyer out here talking Madison Square Garden concerts. That ain't about music. That's about narrative. They trying to reset the story before sentencing, before discovery, before them names start hitting the mainstream. And in the middle of all that, Jay-Z's name back in circulation, Rihanna's valuation dropping, and Roc Nation operatives watching how the internet reacts. It's chess, not panic. You ever notice how when one big name's in court, two other stars suddenly get dragged in drama the same week? That's not coincidence. That's coverage rotation. Keep the timeline noisy, keep the truth blurry. Bruh, they move like a syndicate, a clean one. No chains, no guns, just NDAs, media buys, and corporate lawyers. You make a noise, they drown you in headlines. You file a case, they drop an album. You expose the deal, they leak your mental health struggle. And it's working, because half the internet still talking about hairlines and gloss shades while billions move under the table. That's not coincidence, that's control. But the timing this time feels off. Too many fires, not enough cover. I've been saying it, this industry runs in cycles. The same energy that made him rich ends up exposing him later. Diddy built his empire on power and perception. Same with Jay. But once the veil drops, that machine starts eating itself alive. Look around. Lawsuits, sell-offs, silent retreats, brand rebrands. Every few years they reinvent, but the rot don't go away. It just changes outfits. Now Fenty's slowing down, Roc Nation's under fire, and Diddy's in a cell talking comeback. That's not separate drama, that's dominoes falling. And you can always tell when the fall begins, because the insiders start whispering louder. Anonymous sources, leaked insider info, lawyers leaking statements like mixtapes. That's when you know the empire got cracks. And it ain't just about music. This is about image, control, and who gets to stay rich when the storm hits. The money's the mirror. And right now, the reflection looking dirty. So yeah, Rihanna's numbers might not add up, but the timing of all these headlines sure do. Diddy lawyer talking comebacks, Jay staying silent, LVMH trying to cash out. That's the trifecta of a system rebuilding itself before it collapses. And trust me, when billionaires start reorganizing behind the scenes, regular people start seeing the side effects months later. This right here, this the calm before the media storm. You ever notice how in this industry, nobody ever really falls? They just rebrand their downfall. One week they a mogul, next week they on a journey. That's how power works. It don't disappear, it just moves. These stories about Rihanna, Jay-Z, Diddy, they not just gossip, bruh. They're a mirror of how control looks in real life. Money don't make you free, it just upgrades your leash. They told us power was about having billions, but now you see billionaires panicking like interns, trying to fix numbers, trying to silence names, trying to dodge court dates. That's the truth. Control's an illusion, and the moment the people stop believing it, the whole system shakes. And that's why this matters, because this isn't just about celebrities. It's about how the world works. They distract, divide, and spin while the real money shifts hands. Fenty's fall is a small piece of a global pattern, the same one that keeps regular folks broke while billionaires cry about valuation drops. And you know what's crazy? The same media that'll clown Nikki for ranting will glorify a billionaire's comeback arc. Same noise, different framing. Same manipulation, different audience. So yeah, these stories might seem like entertainment, but if you look closer, they tell you exactly how empires crumble. Quietly, behind headlines, behind hashtags, behind business updates. That's why I don't just react to drama. I study the patterns. So what happens next? Simple. The silence before the next scandal. They're gonna keep dropping fake positivity, brand statements, cute distractions. A new perfume here, a new album rumor there, all to keep folks thinking the machine's still clean.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
But if you've been paying attention, you know what this feels like. It's that energy right before another headline drops. That still air before the next storm. When billionaires get too quiet, that's when you listen harder. I think we're about to see another name pop up. Maybe not Rihanna, maybe not Jay, but somebody tied to this web. Because the industry don't move one piece at a time. It moves in waves. And when one wave crashes, everything connected starts trembling. That's the part most people miss. You can't see the system if you keep staring at the stars. So stay sharp, stay curious, and never take headlines at face value. Behind every official statement, there's a billionaire sweating in a boardroom. You know what I've been realizing? All this celebrity chaos, it's really just a mirror. The same greed, ego, and fear that's messing up billionaires' lives is the same energy that ruins regular people's peace. It's just louder because there's cameras on it. But the pattern's the same. You chase status, you fake smiles, you build everything on what people think about you, and eventually that spotlight starts to burn. Rihanna, Jay-Z, Diddy, they got more money than some countries, but look how restless they still are. Always protecting something, fighting something, hiding something. That's not freedom, bruh. That's a gold-plated cage. And this ain't just about them, it's about us. Because every time we chase likes, validation, or fake peace, we build our own mini version of that same trap. Same illusion, smaller scale. So when you see these headlines, don't just laugh, study them. They're lessons in disguise. Proof that if your foundation's built on image instead of integrity, the universe gonna snatch that mask off eventually. So what's the takeaway? Simple. Protect your peace, not your status. Stack wisdom before wealth. And don't ever let a system that sells chaos convince you peace ain't profitable. But that's just me. I want to hear what you think. You really think Rihanna knew this was coming? Or you think the $1 billion boys started cleaning up before the headlines dropped? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read everything, even the wild takes. And if you made it this far, you already know. Click that video on your screen right now because it connects directly to this mess. If you thought this was bad, wait till you see what's next. I'll see you on the next one. Panda out.